We're not forgetting the victory chain today. We are not forgetting the victory chain, and your Edmonton Oilers are limping into the postseason. They have officially clinched their spot. You can take a look. That X is beside this team's name, and hopefully they can just start resting everybody. At this point, I don't care about home ice advantage. I don't care about the possibility of home ice advantage. Let the LA Kings have it. I do not care. We lost Ekholm and Zach Hyman tonight to hopefully just precautionary reasons. I hope it's, not actual injuries. But the Oilers, they do come out on top 4-2 against the San Jose Sharks to clinch their ticket into their 6th straight Stanley Cup finals. Oh my God. Stanley Cup playoffs. See, my brain, man. My brain. I also had a whole bit planned too. I was going to walk into my room. I was going to be limping. I was going to have bandages on my head. I was going to have gauze up my nose and a black eye, but I don't have I don't have props. I don't have makeup to do that. I thought it would have been funny though, just kind of play into the injury situation with the Oilers. Because as a fan, it really does feel like we're also part of the team. And I feel like we're all feeling the emotional pain of watching these guys go down one by one. They're just dropping like flies right now. No idea what is going on here. We were all excited for Ekholm. He lasted about one shift. He fell a couple times, didn't come back. Zach Hyman took an awkward-looking hit. Didn't look super malicious or anything. But again, he was out as well. So hopefully the team can just find a way to get healthy at this point. Because that's the most important thing. If you're going to go on a long playoff run, you got to find a way to stay healthy or healthy enough, right? And I know Evander Kane is close to coming back. That's great. Trent Frederick, we got news today from Chris Knobloch that he likely plays game 1 or 2. He's not quite sure. That's concerning. So if Trent Frederick can't even go for the first couple games in the first round, that kind of stinks. That's kind of a buzzkill, if you know what I'm saying. I'm also curious too. I don't want to start conspiracy theories or anything, but it is concerning that the Oilers had Trent Frederick, Leon Draisaitl, and Mattias Ekholm all come back from extended injuries, jump into the lineup, and then get injured very, very quickly after rejoining the lineup. So either these are new injuries, either this is just precautionary and they're not really super hurt, but you go out there, like Louis DeBrusk said on the broadcast tonight, it's a lot different when you're playing a game compared to practice. You feel good in practice, but once you're out in a game, the way you're moving, the way you're reacting to things on the ice, sometimes you just go, oops, that didn't feel good. Maybe it's just a case of that for these guys. Who knows? But I do find it a little bit concerning that 3 of our players have come back from injury just to immediately be re-injured. Whether it's the same injury or not, who knows? If there's new injuries, that's even worse because now they could be dealing with multiple ailments. So we'll try and just hope for the best here. We're going to go through a couple of the goals from the NHL Edge Visualizer. Connor McDavid, by the way, has factored in on all 7 goals that the Edmonton Oilers have scored since he came back from his injury. So he has 7 points on the Oilers' last 7 goals, and he is just a few points away from hitting 100 on the season. He's actually 3 away. I believe he's at 97 points now, and this would be his 6th straight 100-point season if he hits it, so hopefully he's able to do that. But yeah, we'll take a look at the Edge Visualizer and discuss a bit of the game. We'll take a look at the Money Puck, the advanced statistics, because I know some of you like looking at the advanced stats. And then, of course, I will answer some of the fan questions and comments from Twitter or X.com, and then we'll wrap things up for the weekend. The Oilers play Winnipeg on Sunday at 5 p.m. local time here in Alberta, and then they play the LA Kings on Monday, back-to-back. They're in Winnipeg Sunday, home against LA on Monday at 8 p.m. against the Kings. Yes, home ice is still in play. It's unlikely, though, so we'll see what happens. In the first period, Evan Bouchard on the power play from Connor McDavid and Adam Henrique. Is this going to play the Edge Visualizer? Here we go. Off the face-off, Evan Bouchard. He plays it to McDavid. Back to Bouch, and he just rips one home. The Bouch bomb. Really good to see. That is Bouchard's 14th goal of the season. Now, I know Adam Henrique had a couple of assists in this game. However, his overall game, I was complaining a lot about Adam Henrique. Maybe it's unwarranted, but I don't know. Adam Henrique has looked lost, in my opinion, but I'm glad that he's contributing at least on the power play. That's key. He's also scored a couple goals on the power play with these injuries too over the last couple of weeks. So that's a good sign that if he's not going to do anything at 5-on-5, he can at least be a bit of a power play specialist. Ty Emberson with his first goal as an Oiler, his first goal of the season, assisted by Connor McDavid. Nice play by McDavid here. Nice patience. He waits. Emberson, he reads the play so well. He jumps right up, goes to the back door, and McDavid hits the tape of his stick, and Emberson just puts that thing home on the short side to make it 2-0 Edmonton. And then the Oilers kind of got running around. Will Smith made it 2-1. And then early in the second, Henry Thrun makes it 2-2 off of a play where he just threw the puck towards the net. It goes off of Darnell Nurse's leg, which is very unfortunate. It's just an unlucky bounce in my opinion. But in the third period, the Oilers, they had so many power plays tonight. We'll take a look at the stats after, but the Oilers were 2 for 5 on the power play. Corey Perry, the ageless wonder. He scores his 17th goal of the season, assisted by McDavid and Henrique. Here's Connor McDavid. He puts it in front, and of course, Corey Perry, it goes off of his stick, and it just goes through the goaltender, Romanov, and you kind of feel bad for Romanov because he was there, but it just snuck through, and Corey Perry, 17 goals. Could you imagine? Imagine if before the season started, someone told any of you watching right now that Corey Perry would score 17 goals this season, turning 40 years old. I think we all would have laughed and been like, that's crazy. We'll be happy with 7 or 8 goals, and maybe he plays about 50 games this season. No, Corey Perry has been terrific. He's terrific. He's in a very limited role, obviously, but he gets the net front presence on the power play with Zach Hyman's injury, and he contributes. So you love to see that. And then Connor Brown actually hit an empty net. The Oilers scored an empty net goal for once in their life. You love to see it. Connor McDavid comes out of the corner, feeds Nurse. Nice job by Nurse. Very unselfish. He gives it to Connor Brown. And credit to Darnell Nurse, too. That was his 300th career NHL point. So congrats to Mr. Darnell Nurse, who has had a terrific season. He had an up and down game against the Sharks, but overall, I have been very happy with Darnell Nurse's play, and they're going to need him to continue to be very, very strong as we get into the playoffs here, especially even if Ekholm comes back, and Wallman, of course, will come back, obviously. Like, it's not like Wallman's going to be out because of injury. I believe he's just sick right now. I think it's illness. Same with Nugent Hopkins. But Darnell Nurse, they're going to rely on him a lot. And it's good to see that when he's being given tons of minutes right now, he is making use of them. So that's a great sign for your Edmonton Oilers. Now we'll take a look at the money puck, the expected goals in all situations tonight, according to their formula and math and however it all works on this website. 3.76 to 1.88 expected goals in all situations for the Oilers. The Sharks, they were buzzing at the end with the net pulled. They had a couple good looks. Calvin Pickard made a terrific goal line stop. It was a great feed in front, and it was just an incredible save by Pickard that allowed the Oilers to eventually settle down and get that empty netter to put the game away. Calvin Pickard, man, I know that he's going to get dinged for a negative goals save above expected because that's just how this website is working right now. But Calvin Pickard played another real strong game for Edmonton. Other than maybe the first goal, maybe you want him to make a save on that, but sometimes it's just a good shot. Will Smith, he is a sniper, so you give credit to the shooter sometimes. And if you take a look at the Oilers tonight, at 5-on-5, every single Oiler was above 50% in the expected goals category. And if we go all situations, the only ones that were under 50% were Brown, Kulak, Janmark. Of course, they got the penalty kill time. But I mean, listen, if you're all contributing 5-on-5, pucks towards the other team's net, getting scoring opportunities, and of course scoring goals, that's terrific. Of course, poor Matthias Janmark, man. Will he ever shoot a puck past a goaltender again? I don't know. I feel like that Game 7 goal against Florida, maybe he's just cursed now. He can't actually shoot a puck past a goaltender anymore. Matthias Ekholm had a 100% expected goals for percentage. However, it was 0.02 expected goals for, so just the lowest chance shot imaginable that he was on the ice for before he ended up leaving. If you take a look at the Sharks, Wenberg and Toffoli were the bottom of the team. And if we take a look at the Oilers stats, we'll just kind of scroll. Connor McDavid led the forwards in ice time, 23:37. Connor Brown played 19:01. And if we take a scroll down here, Zach Hyman only played 7:33. Max Jones, 9:36. Noah Philp, 11:43. I thought Noah Philp, Max Jones, and Kasperi Kapanen were real solid tonight. I really like the look of that line. They get in on the forecheck. Max Jones, of course, again, I thought he played real well against the Oilers' previous opponent there. God, for some reason, I just can't even remember who they played the other. What the heck is that? What the heck is that, folks? I'm literally blanking. I don't know what's going on. Max Jones, though, he's played good his last couple of games. Noah Philp, he's been good since they called him up. Kasperi Kapanen, not getting on the score sheet right now, but he's doing a lot of the little things well. Jeff Skinner only played 14-23. Of course, special teams plays into that. They didn't really utilize him much on the power play tonight, but at least he's still getting regular shifts with Connor McDavid, so that's great. Corey Perry, of course, 15-56, and Evan Bouchard led all players in time on ice with 28-24. And if we scroll down here, Calvin Pickard had a negative .12 goals saved above expected, but he had a .917 save percentage, so you love to see that from Picks. Now, moving on to the questions and comments from you, the fans, on Twitter or X.com. I put out a tweet saying we won, but at what cost? You can't really see it here. For some reason, I can't scroll up even further. So we'll just quickly open up these questions and comments. Hellhammer says, just want to send my boy Frederick all the thoughts and prayers. I miss him. I'd be super stoked if you can get him a cup. Of course, Hellhammer is a Bruins fan, and absolutely, hopefully, we can get the job done, and hopefully Trent Frederick is healthy enough to play and contribute. Ben says, do you think we ice an AHL lineup for the last 3 games in order to get healthy, or still try and chase down home ice advantage? Anyways, let's go back in the playoffs. Normally, I would suggest calling as many players up as you can from the AHL, but right now, the AHL team in Bakersfield, they're also dealing with a metric ton of injuries. So you'd have to start bringing guys from this ECHL to cover for Bakersfield, and they just don't have the bodies right now. They don't have the bodies to cover the NHL team. They don't have the bodies to cover the AHL team. It's sketchy right now in Oil Country and their affiliate in Bakersfield. We'll see what they do for the last 3 games of the season. Obviously, the optimal thing is to rest the big guns, I don't want to say the better players, but the players that generally contribute more to offense on this team. The players that the team relies on and needs to be healthy to win hockey games: Leon Draisaitl, Matthias Ekholm, Connor McDavid, Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Jake Wallman, of course. They got to get healthy, so we'll see what happens. Steven says Jeff Skinner will finally be there. Yes, Jeff Skinner finally will hopefully get to play in his first ever Stanley Cup playoffs, and I have a great feeling about Jeff Skinner. I really hope that he's able to be in the lineup consistently. I hope Chris Knoblauch gives him regular shifts. Even when everyone is healthy, Jeff Skinner deserves to be in this lineup for Game 1 against likely the LA Kings. So I'm excited for Jeff Skinner. He must be feeling all the emotions tonight. BMAX says, the injuries never end, but I have faith in Oil Country more to get out of this cursed bug. If LA stomps us in the first round without us being healthy, does that close our cup window? Playoffs will matter because we want the cup. Have a good night, Austin. Thank you so much, BMAX. BMAX has been following the channel for a long time, so I appreciate any comment that I get from BMAX and anyone that does send their comments my way on Twitter. So thank you. I don't think it closes the window, but they definitely would have to retool on the fly. They still have a real good core to stay competitive. McDavid, Draisaitl, Bouchard, Ekholm, Wallman, they have real good players that, they can make enough of a difference where they can remain competitive. They just need to make sure that if you have young, skilled forwards or defensemen like Dylan Holloway or Evan or Philip Broberg, that you don't just let them walk for basically nothing. So something that Stan Bowman's going to have to take a look at this summer, see if he can find some value contracts, because, of course, Leon Draisaitl's extension is going to kick in. Bouchard's going to need an extension as well. Who knows what that's going to look like, but we will have to see. Erica says Connor Brown might be the best Connor on the Oilers. Hey, don't cut Connor McDavid short here. McDavid has 7 points on the last 7 goals, though Connor Brown has 3 goals in his last 2 games. So we love that for Connor Brown. And then AJ says, rest everybody. I couldn't agree more. Connor McDrysaddle says, is it a curse or are we made of glass? Well, if you believe in curses, it's a curse, right? Like if you believe that there are higher beings or that there's like voodoo. Now, as a hockey fan, I do believe in like the whole hockey gods, karma, voodoo. Like there's certain things you do and don't during games as a fan. The wave is one of those things that you do not do unless you're up by like 5 goals with 2 minutes left in the third. Anyways, I'm not going to get on the rant about the wave again, but it's hard to say, right? Like, you know, the narrative right now is it's cursed, and this is a cursed season. The team is cursed right now. Whatever we can do as fans, whatever we can do, we need to do it, right? If we have to go out and buy books on witchcraft, find a way to cleanse this team of any evil spirits that are hovering over them right now, whatever it takes as a fan base, we've got to do something, and hopefully this team is ready to go for game 1. Yan says, why does Connor Brown always look like he's in complete and utter agony? Let's go Oilers, though. Yeah, Connor Brown, he's a character. I love him. He's my favorite player on the team for many, many games this season after I was so hard on him last year. I hope the Oilers actually extend Connor Brown. So hashtag extend Connor Brown. Let's get this guy locked up to a long-term contract. Let him finish his career as an Edmonton Oiler. Don says, with a full roster, it's going to be a battle against the Kings. They need to get some bodies into the hyperbaric chamber. Yes, absolutely. Anyone that you can get in there, get him in there right now. Get him in there and just let them heal up. Putt says, hyperbaric chamber for all. Same thing as Don, absolutely. And then Yan also said, my Team Canada jersey came in the mail today, so I guess good luck charm. Love to hear that, Yan. Hope you're doing well, by the way, and recovering well, too. So, Des Moines says, how are we feeling about the playoffs? Oh, sorry, Minnows? Sorry, my brain, man, I'm telling you, sometimes it's just like, whoa, doesn't know what it's doing. How are we feeling about the playoffs? I don't know yet. I will have a video, of course, doing a playoff preview once we know who the matchup is, once we know if the Oilers are on home ice or not. Once all that is settled, I will have playoff preview videos for the Eastern Conference, Western Conference, and of course, a full series preview for your Edmonton Oilers, and lots to discuss in that, of course. Jerry says, how is Arvidsson staying healthy while players around him drop like leaves? LMAO. I know. For a guy like Arvidsson, who was injured earlier this season and historically in his career has been injured over the past few seasons, I'm happy he's not injured. Let's knock on wood, folks, that here, I have wood desk here. I'm knocking on wood after reading that tweet that he does not get injured after saying that, but that's a good point. I'm happy Arvidsson's not injured right now. Hopefully he stays healthy because he has been contributing very positively. Dog says, honestly, the past 5 years, we have been saying that it's our year. Maybe the fact it doesn't look like our year might be the reverse card, the reverse Uno, where, yeah, I mean, I really, truly thought last year was the year. And this year, there are so many question marks. Can the depth hang on? Is the team fast enough? Are they, skilled enough? Do they have enough offense? Is their defense good enough? Is their goaltending good enough? There are so many question marks with this team. And maybe you're right. Maybe the year that we all collectively understand that it might not be the best iteration of the Oilers in the Stanley Cup playoffs, they might find a way to go on one of those runs where players get hot and they just will themselves to win no matter what. I'm hoping for the best here. Love that. And ice the Condors if you need to. Let's get healthy for the playoffs, please, says Leviathan. Absolutely, 100% agreed with that. It's a tough one, Oil Country. There are so many question marks with this team, their health, what the first round's going to look like. Can they get by the LA Kings, even if they don't have home ice advantage? Lots to discuss, lots to figure out before the playoffs officially begin. But of course, I just want to thank all of you for tuning in once more to these fan reactions, these post games, even though my brain gets all scattered and I forget things from 2 days ago, and I'll get it figured out. I'm gonna lock in. All right, I'm gonna be locked in for the playoffs. Don't worry about a thing. We got this here on the Austin Hockey YouTube channel. So If you tuned in today, thank you so much. Smash the like button if you liked it, and if you liked the video, and hit the subscribe button if you have not yet subscribed to the channel. I'll be providing as much playoff content as possible, and we'll get ready for Sunday's game against the Jets, Monday's game against the Kings, and then Wednesday's season finale against the Sharks, because the Stanley Cup playoffs start next Saturday. They start in 8 days. April 19th is when the Stanley Cup playoffs officially start, and there are going to be some fun matchups. I am very, very excited for the playoffs. The days are getting longer outside. The sun is shining more. The temperatures are getting much, much nicer, and spring is here. Playoff season is here, and the Oilers are officially in. I cannot wait to watch this team. I cannot wait for the playoffs to get going. These seasons are long. It's always a grind, these 82 games, but I couldn't be happier to spend all 82 games and beyond with all of you at home right now. So thank you once again. You all humble me with your support. It means the world. Tell someone that you love them. And as always, fight like a kid, fight like Ben. Let's go Oilers. We'll see you in the next one.